The United States produces more oil than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. So this should be simple. If we have the oil, gas should be cheap. But it isn't. And the reason why has nothing to do with a single company, a single policy, or even a single country. It has to do with how the entire system actually works. Because here's what most people don't realize. The United States doesn't just produce oil, it also imports oil. And at the same time, it exports oil. Which sounds completely backwards. Why would a country that produces so much oil still need to bring more in? At first glance, it feels inefficient, maybe even broken. But it's not. It's designed that way. Not all oil is the same. Some oil is light and easy to refine. Some oil is heavy and harder to process. Over time, the United States built its refining system to handle heavier types of crude. But in recent years, the oil boom, especially from shale, has produced mostly lighter crude. So now you have a mismatch. We produce one type, but many of our refineries are optimized for another. So the system adapts. We export the oil that doesn't fit, and we import the oil that does. Not because we have to, but because it's more efficient for the system as a whole. And that's where the bigger realization starts to come in. Oil doesn't operate inside borders. It operates inside a global market. Every barrel is part of a massive, constantly moving network, flowing through pipelines, ports, and shipping routes, moving to wherever it's needed most, and more importantly, to wherever it's priced highest. Because oil isn't priced locally, it's priced globally. So even if oil is produced in the United States, it doesn't automatically stay here. If another region is willing to pay more for it, that oil will move, because that's how markets work. Oil flows to price, not to geography, and that means the price you pay at the pump is tied to a global system, not just domestic supply. And there's another layer most people miss. You don't actually use oil. You use what oil becomes: gasoline, diesel, jet fuel. Those come from refineries, and refining capacity is limited. It takes time to build. It's expensive to expand, and it can't instantly adjust when demand changes. So even if oil supply increases, that doesn't mean fuel supply immediately follows, because there's a conversion step in the middle, a bottleneck most people never see. So now, step back and look at the full picture. The U.S. produces oil, but not always the type it needs, so it trades with the rest of the world. That oil moves through a global system, priced globally, not locally. It gets refined through infrastructure that can't instantly scale. And the final product, the fuel you actually use, comes out the other side of that system, at a price set by all of it. Which leads to a simple conclusion. Energy independence doesn't mean control. It means participation. Participation in a system that only works if it keeps moving. In the last video, we looked at the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important choke points in the global energy system. But it's not the only one. It's part of a much larger network, one that depends on constant movement, tight coordination, and very little room for disruption. And when you start to see how all of it connects, you start to see where the system is strong and where it isn't. This is just one part of a much bigger system. Follow Future Systems if you want to see where it goes next.